And welcome back to the tech part of the employee data management system. Okay guys, right here, check this out. That's supposed to be student loan. So let's correct that. So I'm going to exit out and let's go in here somewhere. We'll be back here. But first of all, let me correct loan. Let's see. That should have been student. That's meant to be loan. Change that to the right. And here student loan as well. Okay, I think that's all there is to that. All right, let me run it and run, save it first. There. Okay, now it's back to normal. So let's go back to the tree view. So back here now. Now the next thing I want to do with this tree view is I want to be able to display all of the data that I have on my spreadsheet. That's the spreadsheet I'm talking about. And this spreadsheet is officially made available for you guys on the description area. All you just need to do is click on it and you can download it or just make up yours. All right, so that's the spreadsheet. So I want this data to be displayed on the system. So, and I need all of these names. There are 13 in total. So I'm going to minimize that. And right here, underneath here, so let's start by just maybe entering something like load data from the Excel. Okay, load data from the Excel onto the Treeview. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, now to do that, I'm going to start by using try. Okay, just check to see if it's right. If not, do this. So I'm going to then declare a variable there. We call it df. Okay, now let's come down here and just say PD. The PD that I'm referring to, that's the pandas right up here. Look at it. Okay, import pandas as this. Okay, you can change it to whatever you like, but I call my PD. So which means you guys must install pandas onto your system. To install pandas, all you need to do is just say I install pandas. Okay, so if you are able to follow along, that means you are at that level anyway, so you should be able to do that for yourself. That's no big deal. All right, so whatever I have inside pandas is stored inside this my local variable that I call df, and that's going to be .read. I want panda to read underscore whatever we have inside Excel. And what is the name of the package that I'm calling? My Excel package is called employ. That's it, EMP. Okay, so I'm going to say call whatever I have inside EMP. That's the name of my file, and the file extension is XLSX. That is my file extension. Now let's make use of a for loop so that we can grab hold of the rows. So I'm going to say for index comma row in df. Let's put that in a bracket. In df dot temp rows. This should be double R. Then just enter a bracket in there and enter semicolon. All right, so grab hold of my tree view, and all I just need to then ask it to do is to insert. So Treeview dot insert. And what are you inserting? Insert as follows. First column is empty, comma up to the end. and the following value or values that will be equals row. Open up a bracket, row, and enter that in more or less a list. The first one is going to be this and so on. So maybe I should just copy all of these and modify it. Okay, I'm going to copy it individually so I don't get you guys confused. So grab hold of this and dump that. No, let's grab hold of this first. Dump it right in here. Then comma. Okay, so the next one and so on. So let's just do this way. Copy this, dump it here, get rid of this. So I need about 13 of those. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's grab hold of all of these and just say here I have 7. Okay, 7. Let's add. All right. Okay, grab hold of first name. Drop it here. Copy surname. There. Address. Place address in there. Gender. Right there. The mobile. Dump it right in here. Then NI number. There we go. Student loan. There. The tax. So here will be tax. Pension here. Deductions. There we go. Net pay. Right there. And finally, the gross pay. There. So I'm going to close that up. Remember, I have to open up parentheses there or bracket. So close it twice. Undo that. I just made a mistake there. I want it here. Yep. And there. All right. I hope that is correct. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I have a try here. So I'm going to use except an exception statement if there's any error. So let's come back down here. So in case I run into an error, I want this exception as E. Okay, the exception as E to display the following message. So let's say message box dot show inbuilt error message, and the inbuilt error message should have the title error, comma, and string value E from the system itself. And there we go. Let's hope it's all right. So I'm going to run it. If it's right, all of this data that I have in here should be displayed on the system. I think I may have to close this first, but let's try it first and see. Let me see what the error is about. Okay, guys, I have an error. So I'm going to kind of like have a good look at that. It looks like my student loan here. Okay, let me open up my spreadsheet and see what is called on the spreadsheet. Open that up. Oh boy, look at that. Is lowercase. Okay, the L there, look at it, it's lowercase. But to demonstrate that is because I have uppercase here, I'm going to change that to lowercase. I've just minimized the spreadsheet, so let's run it now. It should work now. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. But for the sake of consistency, I think I'm going to change that to uppercase. Let's come in here, change this to uppercase, and I'm going to go back into my spreadsheet here and just change this to uppercase as well. Yeah, I prefer it to be student loan uppercase. The choice is yours. You can do whatever you want anyway, but you now see what's going to happen because it's kind of like case sensitive. Look at it, it's working fine now. Okay, that's good. Now that that is taken care of, we've now been able to call every single data on the spreadsheet straight onto my preview. Now, the other thing I want to achieve is, you see, when I click on this, I want it displayed here. Okay, so let's minimize that. And right underneath here, or maybe here, so I'm going to kind of like call it maybe function to handle Treeview selection events. So let's come back in here and just maybe function to handle Treeview events there. So I'm going to start by defining a function. I'm going to call it on underscore Treeview select underscore select, and it is an event because I'm using on click events. That is the name. Now, a local variable in there. Selected item equals Treeview focus. So let's say selected underscore item, that to be equals Treeview focus dot focus. There we go. Now, what are the items we're talking about? The item that I'm talking about would be as follows. Grab all of this using an if statement. Let's say if selected item, and the value of the selected item are as follows. Let's say values equals Treeview dot item dot item, and if that is equal selected item, so enter parenthesis in there, comma, and values, close that. Now, the items that I'm talking about be as follows. Okay, there they are. Let me show you guys the items. There they are, all of these. Start from the top, leaves very one, every single one with the txt. Okay, so let's grab hold of these, come right down here. That is my very first item, so I'm going to say paste that in there. I will say dot delete, and to the end, right? And okay, I'm only using 13 of the items that I have on my system, so I'm going to copy these and just change the rest around. We have 4, we have another 4, 4 and 4, Okay, then just change the details around. One more. So get it deleted, then insert it into it. So the next one is going to be first name. Copy first name, paste it here. That's first name. We have surname. Then we have address. Okay. And after address, I do have gender. Then mobile. And NI number here. NI number. Is that here? And student loan. Okay, in this case of student loan, the spelling, everything is different here. So STD loan there. Then we have tax, pension, then we have deductions. Let's paste that in here, and then net pay. Let's pay right here. Then gross pay. TXT gross pay. Okay, there. I think I'm missing one. That is, yeah, that's the pension. Pension is missing. I thought I had that. Grab all of pension. The pension is after the tax. So I'm gonna call that. Paste that here. All right. Okay, what we've just done in here is when I click on it, I want it to delete and then get it inserted. So this is what I'm talking about. When I click there, I've just click on this row, okay, and insert the values in here, straight in here. All right, but that is not happening. So for that to happen, underneath here, I'm going to then put a bit of, should I call it, function in there to continue with the function, and this one is going to be insert as follows. And what are we inserting in there? We're inserting the following values, and the very first one is 0. Okay, we're going to repeat the same thing for the others. So copy this and just change it around for these ones. Then we'll change the numbers. Yeah, right. And once that is done, I think I'll call it the end of having a go at the tree view for now. Then we then declare some variables that we would need for the calculations. All right, so that is fine. So this is going to be 12 here. Okay, I know it's 13, so that's 11, that's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just like an array, always start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. But in this case, I think in Python we have list instead of array, so that's it. Okay, so that is that. Now let's try it out. I'm gonna come in here, save it first. Now when I click on this, it should appear here. Let's see. It's not appearing because I was meant to bind it. So let's come in here and just say Treeview. I want you to bind the following. So bind the following function. So come right down here. Let's make sure the indentation is right. Treeview dot bind. And what do you want me to bind? Put that within less than, and this is what I want you to bind. Treeview select. That's a function for that. Whatever that is, select. Okay, Treeview select, the select with S uppercase. And where is that from? That is going to be from this function here called underscore Treeview select. Close that up. I think I should be able to get it working now. Okay, let's try it out now that we have the Treeview select in there. Click on run. Select, look at that, guys. You see that? That is working as we want. That's fine. If you guys notice, there's nothing in here because I only have record for the following fields. Okay, this is going to be calculations and all of these here as well. All right, and that. Okay, before I go any further, I need some variables that I'm going to use. So maybe grab hold of these and just change it around as my variables as well. Something like that. Copy. And I'm going to go right up here. This, I want it to be a global variable. So right underneath my frames. So let's put in a comment line there, and I just call that variables. And just paste the content that I've just copied in there. That is wrong though, so let's change it around. The first one, let's come in here. We want it, first of all, let me get them all aligned properly. All right, that will do. Get rid of all of this. And this is meant to be string variable. Okay, let's just say equals string, equals string. Variable. Right, so we repeat the same thing for the others. Okay, but I'm going to need more than one of these. And this as well, get rid of this. So, and so on, guys. So I'm going to show you guys the variable as soon as I finish correcting it. All right, those are my variable, guys, but I need to make them clear that it's a global variable. So come right down here and just enter global, maybe ed, global ed. Okay, so that, or these are they are all global variables. So have a good look at the variables that I intend to use. As you can see, it's more than 13, and that means it's for every single component. So if I run it now, let me show you the component that I'm talking about. Every single one of these, okay, I've declared them in there because I need it. And the ones that I already enter value, there they are. I need them as well. So if those four, look at them. Let's say I call these variables inside their respective widget. So let's scroll down, look for city waiting. City waiting. Let's come right down here. There we go. That's city waiting here. So I'm going to come in here. Let's enter comma. Press enter. And all I then need to do is, let's say, text variable. That will be equals city within there. Okay, because I already assigned value to city waiting. If I run it now, we should automatically see 0.0 in there. Look at that. Okay, that's the default value. I added default value in case if you click on add or update so that we don't have an error. So I need to do the same thing for the basic, overtime, and other payments. So basic, overtime, order payments. So I'm gonna grab all of this, copy that, basic, enter a comma, and I think it's basic as well. It's called, yeah, it's basic, I believe. Paste, then order payments, comma, there. It's called, oh sorry, overtime. It's called overtime as well. There we go. And finally, I have order payments, order payment due, comma, paste. That's called order payment due as well. There. So I've just assigned their respective variables there for those 4 widgets. So let's run it and see. Run. There we go. So I'm going to put together some lines of code. So when you click on it, the text in there will disappear. Okay. So those variables are officially assigned to those ones. Now let's assign the rest variable. Look at reference. Reference has to be assigned as well. So let's just copy that text variable. Grab all of text variable. Every component must have their own variable because they will need it. Reference, comma, paste. We have reference. Reference is called reference. And first name is called first name. Okay, let's paste those ones I can remember. Surname should be a comma there. That's for surname. When we have address there. Now enter their respective variables. The respective variable name. The surname is called surname. First name is called first name. Reference is called reference. Okay, so let me run those. If there's no error, then I can continue with the others. There we go. There's no error so far. That's good. Now, let's come for gender. Well, let's just come right there. Comma, gender is gender. Mobile is mobile. There we, okay, we've dealt with the waiting allowance and all of these. Then tax is called tax. Pension is called pension. No, pension. Student loan. I better check the student loan one more time and make sure I am right. Okay, student loan is called student STD loan. So all I'm just doing now is I'm assigning each of the variables. Okay, guys, that's no big deal. Go to the widget and get it assigned as well. So we have the payment. Okay, somebody was actually saying, why do I have to write my code this way? They want it in a proper way. Well, the proper way, we're talking of thousands of lines of code. That's why I decided to write it like this. Okay, straightforward. You can follow along. And you can do it your own way. Under examination condition, do the right thing. And this one is payments. Okay. There. Okay, guys, I believe you get the whole idea. So I'm going to more or less like speed up the whole process so that we can, let's say, period. Yeah, that should be period as well. Task code. Let's see if I'm almost done. Oh, there's a comma missing here. Okay, guys, finish assigning the various variables for each component. So have a good look at them. Okay, based on the variables that was declared up there. Okay, take it up. And here that's supposed to be, it's not period, it's tax period. There. Right. So you guys, we have to do the same thing. So take it up and up. There. And those are the variables that was declared. That's the tax period that I've just changed now. Okay, I'm going to run it. And we take it from there. Click on run. There. And that is it. If there's no error, that means I'm on the right track. So that, all right. That's not bad. So with that, for now, I'm going to call it the end of the third part of this tutorial. And I'll see you guys shortly. Bye for now.